Hey guys, it's Danny Elliott. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for joining me today. So, I'm sick and tired of the IRS. I am sick and tired of hearing about it's time to pay your taxes. Every day I'm getting these ads. Every single video I'm hearing, hey, file your taxes. Don't forget to pay your taxes. Did you go on tax-free edition? Did you go on TurboTax? That's why I've been talking about living somewhere else other than the United States. I'm seriously considering Ecuador right now because there's so many advantages to living there. But this guy Ace came out with a video and he's interviewing all these Ecuadorians. It was funny because all of the Ecuadorian girls, he was asking them would they ever date an American, and they said, well, no. Well, yes, if I could get the US visa. So at that point I realized Washington, it's still the greatest marketing campaign on planet Earth because these girls are still convinced that they want to be in the United States, even though things are a lot better and a lot easier over in Ecuador. And I can tell you, because I'm an American citizen living in the United States right now, it would be a lot better for me to be in Ecuador. And I'll tell you the reasons why. Because I could buy real estate that cash flows, I could get a visa, and within 4 years I could be completely divorced from the Internal Revenue Service and they could never bother me ever again. And I would never have to see another ad that I would have to pay my taxes. Because tomorrow's the last day, and if you don't pay your taxes, they're going to come after you. I mean, I'm just so sick of it. People think I'm a bad person because I just want to be around feminine women, 75-degree weather every single day. I want to live in a place where the rents are $400 and the gas bill is $8. I mean, can you imagine this? Just think of how much you're paying for insurance. Just think of how much your HOA is charging you monthly right now. Think about how much the City Council and the Public Utilities Commission have been hitting us over the head the last 5 years with all of these increases. Increases in our utility costs, increases in our real estate taxes, everything else. And what do we get for it? We don't get anything. We just get more and more government, get higher and higher shelter costs, higher and higher grocery costs. And now we're going to bail out the hedge funds and bail out the banks again. I mean, what do you think that's going to do? On my last video, I noticed a comment. A guy was talking about how Trump tariffs are going to increase the asset prices even more and real estate prices are going to go up. I mean, I can't disagree with that. Of course tariffs are a tax. Why do you think they called it Liberation Day? We're liberating you from your capital gains. We're liberating you from these cheap Chinese goods at Walmart and Amazon. You know, now you get to pay more for the same crappy products. But in a place like Ecuador, you know, other than these girls wanting to date an American for the visa, they seemed like really nice girls. They were feminine and they were all smiling and their mannerisms were just like full of energy. Like, it was good energy. I liked seeing it. I just like seeing people smile. Since I left hospitality, maybe I've missed that. And I used to see people from all over the world and have good interactions with them. Yeah, I miss the interactions. And if that's the kind of energy that's there, based on these Ecuadorian girls, I would say the culture in Ecuador is more my style than the United States. Because people here are just depressed right now because the cost of living is just skyrocketing and there's no end in sight. We could just keep on increasing the cost of everything with taxes and tariffs and just general government inflation that never ends. The spending at the US Congress. We just keep on spending money we don't have. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republicans in there. They just keep on spending money and there's never any end. But in these other countries, they can't just print money like we can. They actually have smaller governments that leave you the hell alone most of the time. And it seems to work out better. They seem to have an overall lower cost of living generally. They seem to have more of a traditional culture. where men are masculine and women are feminine. Go check out this interview from Ace. He had him on. Some of them were kind of more Western style. They wanted to go get a job. They wanted to be independent. The same old bullshit that we hear from Western women all the time. But most of them were pretty fun. From a real estate angle, right now, nothing in the United States cash flows. For the next 10 years, maybe the next 25 years, nothing's still going to cash flow. So why would I want to stay in the United States and just keep on competing for fewer and fewer good fair market deals where I can add value? Like, if I can't add any value, then why would I want to stay around here when I can go to other markets where the properties cash flow and where the economies are growing? Like, Ecuador in particular has nowhere to go but up. They have an economy there. They actually have products. The only product the United States has is big government. That's our whole GDP, is government. Government, education, which is government, and healthcare, which is government. The people that pay taxes, by the way, pay your taxes. The people that pay the taxes are subsidizing all of these people who are non-productive members of the community. And, you know, we're just supposed to pay for it. Higher and higher prices. And it just isn't working out for me. It's not, the value proposition is not there. I would rather be in a place where I could buy real estate that cash flows, I could live a better lifestyle, and there's business opportunities. Like, there's an opportunity for me to buy something, add value, and cash flow it, rather than buying at the top of the all-time biggest bubble in the history of planet Earth, which is the American stock market, the American real estate market. There's nothing worth buying right now. But I want to buy real estate internationally. And by the way, these girls in Ecuador, trust me, ladies, you don't want to live here. It's not that great. It's much better in a nice warm location. It's better in Manta. It's better in Cuenca. It's better in Quito. Trust me. And, you know, the men over here are in the basement playing video games, and they're eating pizza and buffalo wings. These guys can't keep up with you, let me just put it that way. I thought that was an interesting video from Ace, and it just got me thinking, like, you know, Ecuador's a buy for me right now. And I could even get in there for no money. Like, I got a bachelor's degree, I get a tourist visa, I apply, 2.5 months later, I got a temporary residency professional visa. 2 years after that, I can apply for permanent residency, and in a total of 4 years, all day, I'm a citizen of Ecuador. And I can have a divorce from the Internal Revenue Service and never have to deal with these bastards ever again. And that's kind of what my plan is right now, because I'm sick of the United States. I don't want to pay for all of this bullshit that's going on. You know? Like, this country doesn't produce anything except government. And I think we got enough government, so, like, any future government investments, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. I don't want to pay off the $37 trillion in debt that the boomers ran up. I think they should try to figure out how they're going to pay for that. I think the millennials, you know, it's our time to call the run. Time to get out and go buy real estate elsewhere and live an overall better quality of life at a much lower cost of living. And I don't think I'm a bad guy for thinking that. You know, I hear a lot of people say, why would you ever want to renounce your citizenship? Don't you know this is the greatest country in the history of the world? Can somebody please explain to me in the comments section, what are the great benefits of being an American citizen born in the United States? Well, we're waiting. I don't see anybody down there. I'm looking. Nope, nobody's there. But yeah, if you can explain to me what the great rights and benefits are of being a United States citizen, please feel free to share it with us down below. But I'm seriously considering moving to Ecuador and staying there a little while. 9 months out of the year, the first 2, and then after that I could just have my permanent residency and I could travel anywhere I want and go buy more real estate in other countries. And that's my plan right now. It's a working plan though, we might change. But thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you being with me. Don't forget to leave a comment below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, hit all the buttons, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm Danny Elliott.